Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. This episode is called How to Make $3 million a Year in the Software Business with Zero Programming Skills. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on the show. Also, I'd like to tell you about HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a great service that allows you to purchase live phone calls from your favorite celebrities, so check them out. It's something you can purchase for yourself or for someone else as a gift. A live 15-second call is $19.95 and a live 30-second call is $29.95. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now let's get started. As everyone knows, the economy and the job market is getting more challenging with each passing day. We now have 50 million unemployed Americans, and the job market continues to be stressful for most people looking for work. The latest report is that the GDP has dropped 32% in the second quarter. The hospitality and leisure industry is down by 29%. People in Las Vegas are committing suicide because some of the casinos, hotels, and restaurants are doing so badly. Some other industries and sectors are down by between 10 and 25%, and that is making it hard on a large population of people. In addition to that, people who are unable to pay their rent are also being evicted, and that is also compromising their ability to make a living. There is a new way to make a living wage, regardless of where you live now. All you need is a smartphone or a laptop, or preferably both, and you can make a life-sustaining wage that will support you and your family. How do you do this? You can do this by becoming an online freelancer by using websites like Upwork.com, Freelancer.com, Fiverr.com, TopTall.com, TaskRabbit.com, and other sites to secure work on projects that will pay you quite well. We're going to show you the secrets to succeeding in doing that on a very, very significant scale. Here's how it works. Step one is to determine what your marketable skills are. If you're a skilled programmer, software developer, accountant, marketer, photographer, salesperson, writer, or you have one of a dozen other talents, then you can register with these freelance sites and begin bidding on jobs. The more jobs you do well on, the higher your customer feedback score will be, and that will cause more people to hire you. Now, if you're not highly skilled and you want to do manual work, then you can, of course, register with TaskRabbit and do tasks people will hire you to perform. You can make your own schedule and you can work whenever you can. If you own a car and you're willing to put in a lot of hours driving people around, then you can make money doing so on Uber or Lyft. If you own a car but don't want to do any actual driving, then you can do what's known as peer-to-peer car rental with a company like Turo.com. Turo allows you to rent your cars out to people who will drive them and then park them for the next person to rent. Now, there are a lot of people out there who own several cars, and they're making six figures a year just by renting those cars out to other people on Turo. Since nothing is ever as easy as it sounds, we're going to give you some advice and some tips on how to optimize your income by using these services. First, let's begin with Uber and Lyft. The best way to maximize your income using Uber and Lyft is to put in a lot of hours and position yourself in a zip code that has a high level of usage and population density. To make $100,000 a year, drivers often have to put in 80 hours a week and pick up quite a few clients and drive many miles. You can do that near airports, you can do that in high population zip codes, and you can do that on weekends. You can do that by operating near major hotels or casino complexes, and you can do that by working in the nightclub or entertainment districts of your town. You can also do that by working some combination of the above options. Another technique to increase your income while driving is to endear yourself to the customer in a way that will provide you with a large tip. Make some polite small talk, exchange pleasantries. There are several ways you can do that. But the number one way to increase your tips on Uber is to place a tip sign in your car that politely asks for a tip. The number two strategy is not to act like you're entitled to a tip. You have to earn that tip by providing great service to the customer. Next, you have TaskRabbit. It allows you to hire people to perform tasks like cleaning, running errands, moving, assembling furniture, and many other things. TaskRabbit can connect you with an independent contractor in your area who can help you with all sorts of things. I believe that the key to TaskRabbit is to show up a little early for your job and over-deliver. Nothing impresses a customer more than doing a little bit more than you're expected to. It also helps to increase the size of your tip. If you want to increase the number of people who hire you, then you'll need a good customer feedback score. The higher your score, the more likely people are to hire you. Next, let's move on to the high-level skilled freelance jobs. Whether you're a programmer, a writer, photographer, web designer, social media expert, video marketing expert, or you possess one of many other skills, then you can register with freelance sites like Upwork.com, Freelancer.com, Fiverr.com, TopTall.com, or one of many other sites and start bidding on jobs. Now, in the beginning, when you're an unknown quantity with no customer feedback score, then you're going to have to register on many sites and bid many times just to find one job. But soon, one job will turn to two, and two will become four, and then you'll get more contracts. The more contracts you get, the more contracts you will continue to get. It's all based on the quality of your feedback score. Now, you can make a comfortable living this way. If you work hard and build up your reputation, then you can eventually earn $50,000 to $100,000 a year. But what if you want to make much more than that? What if you want to make $2 or $3 million per year? Is that possible using these services? Yes, it is. Absolutely. I'll tell you the secret to doing just that, and I'll show you how other people are making millions of dollars in software development with zero programming skills. That's the really interesting thing. You don't need to know how to program to make a fortune in the software development industry. Now, the way that most people use the freelance sites is they bid on jobs and then they complete those contracts and then they get paid for them. That's fine if you want to make a living. But what if you want to make serious money? The secret to doing that is to use the freelance sites to hire other people to do the work for you on these jobs. Here's how it works. First, you bid on larger jobs. Once you're awarded a larger job or a contract, you then hire other freelancers with great feedback scores to do the work for you. Now, you can be the project manager and oversee the work, or you can hire a project manager to manage the work for you. I know people with absolutely no programming skills and no project management skills who go out and get lucrative contracts and then hire freelancers to do the work and to manage the work for them. Everybody is under the mistaken assumption that you need to possess really sophisticated high-level programming skills to make a great income in the software business, but that's not the case at all. What you need to do is to go out and successfully bid on contracts on these freelancer sites, and then when you secure them, you in turn go out and you hire expert freelancers to do the actual work for you. The key to all of this is maintaining quality control and meeting deadlines. That is where most of these contracts blow up. When you deliver a work product that is substandard or full of bugs, or the software just doesn't work as promised, or you don't meet the deadlines, then that customer can very easily fire you and demand a refund. On top of that, they can give you a bad customer feedback score, which will make it even harder for you to get hired by people in the future. I've seen people become multimillionaires with this business model, and I've also seen a lot of people getting in over their heads because they didn't put in all the work needed to oversee the contracts. The number one priority is to make sure your customer is satisfied, because you need two things to happen. First, you want them to hire you again. Secondly, you need to get a great feedback score from them, because that will encourage others to hire you in the future. I would even go so far as to say that getting a high feedback score is more important than getting your full price paid to you. In fact, a lot of people will even offer a discount on the contract to a customer who is a little disappointed with the quality of work. And they'll offer that discount in exchange for the customer giving them a high feedback score. That's how important these high scores are. So how do you figure out which freelance jobs or skills pay the best? All you have to do is go to Google and type in list highest paid freelance skills on Upwork.com or list highest paid freelance skills on Freelancer.com. and that will point you in the right direction. Once you do the research, and make no mistake, you will need to do a lot of research, then you'll be in a position to start bidding on jobs. Once you've gained some experience fulfilling these freelance jobs, then you can explore hiring other freelancers to work for you and do most of the work. That's where the real money is. There are limits on how much money you can make by doing all the work yourself, but if you have a team of freelancers working on your jobs for you, then you can scale up your income in a very dramatic way. A couple more things to tell you before we wrap it up. If you're going to start hiring freelancers to work for you, then you can also hire people online to bid on these jobs for you. As an individual, there are only so many hours in the day that one person can spend bidding on thousands and thousands of jobs that are posted each day. But if you also hire a team to bid on jobs for you, then you will eventually win more contracts and generate more money than you could ever make by working alone. The other thing I want to tell you is the importance of knowing how to promote your services on social media. If you want to grow your revenue dramatically, then you have to promote your service on social media and do it constantly and exhaustively. Posting once a month on Twitter is not enough. You need to hire someone to post your promotional content every day. So with that, I want to thank you for watching, and we will talk to you soon.